Eat the streets.
So, for today's street eat made in the home kitchen, we're making cheeseburger stuffed pretzels. You're gonna need some store-bought pizza dough, some ground beef, some cheese, and also ketchup, mustard, and dill relish. So I'm just gonna start to brown my meat in a non-stick skillet. Once this is mostly cooked, I'm gonna drain all this excess grease and season it up. Once my ground beef has been lightly cooked, I'm gonna start scraping out all this excess grease. Now that we remove the excess grease, we're going to put the meat back on the heat and add
a tablespoon of mustard, a tablespoon of dill relish, and about 3 tablespoons of ketchup. We're also going to add this seasoning bowl, which contains half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder.
There we go. That's looking nice and crispy. Now that the meat has cooled, I'm going to add about a good cup of shredded cheese in there. Use whatever you like. This is a mix of Fontina sharp cheddar and regular cheddar. Just mix it on in until it's all well incorporated.
For this dough, start by dusting your countertop with a little bit of flour to prevent the dough from sticking. Dust your dough as well with more flour, and then begin to cut your dough into 2 different pieces with a pizza cutter. Now, begin to stretch your dough using your hands to begin with, and then using a rolling pin. Spread your pizza dough to about a 2-foot length and a 3 to 4 inch width. You can always trim the excess dough. Once that's accomplished, begin adding your cheeseburger mixture, making sure to leave room at each end to pinch in and seal that filling. Take your time, your patience will be rewarded. Your next step is to carefully fold over your dough, making sure to press and seal one side to the other, and roll until you have a snake-like appearance. Don't forget to trim off any excess dough that you don't need. Afterwards, you should have something like this. Next, begin with the U shape. Cross your stuffed pretzel dough twice at the 2 ends, and then bring them toward you to create the signature pretzel shape. You should end up with something like that. For one of our final steps before baking, what you need to do is add a tablespoon of water to 1 egg and beat it until well incorporated. Also, you need to boil 1 cup of water and 4 teaspoons of baking soda until dissolved. We are going to use these 2 items next on our pretzels. I'll show you how now. Once you've placed your pretzels on a greased sheet pan, begin to baste them with your baking soda and water mixture. This tends to tighten the surface of the dough and gives it that authentic pretzel feel. Try not to miss any exposed areas. It's alright to take your time. For the second step of basting these pretzels, just baste each pretzel with the egg mixture until completely covered.
I'm just going to finish these with a little sprinkle of coarse sea salt, and then put them in a 425 preheated degree oven for about 10 minutes. And there you have it, Fair Food Street Eats, cheeseburger pretzel. So remember, the next time hunger hits you, pull off the road and eat the streets, then bring it on home. Let me give some of this a try. Gooey cheese, the meat. Super hot. Super delicious. See you next time.